Hi, YouTube. My name is Kenny, and I'm here to introduce you guys to Aerys, a program that I have been currently working on for a good 4 or 5 months. Um, Aerys code is going to be pretty much like any other coding assistant, okay? It's going to do what Claude Code does. It's going to do what ChatGPT does. There are quite a few differences though, and I'll get into that here in a moment. Um, First off, a little bit about me, okay? I'm a 51-year-old guy. I own a business here in Arizona. I have two older daughters who are both out of college. They both graduated from Arizona universities. Um, I am not a uh, creator. I am not a YouTube creator. This is very, very new to me here. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Uh, I like sports. I got the Patriots and Texans playing on in the background. So um, I'm just a regular guy who builds things because I feel that I see issues with certain things, with certain programs, and I feel that things can be better. Um, I've been coding for quite a few years, on and off for about 20 years. That's pretty much all about me in a nutshell. Um, I want to show you guys Aerys. I've been working on Aerys for like I said, months, 3 or 4 months, and I'm pretty close to the point to where I can start showing it to you guys and giving you guys some sort of demo as far as how it works, and one of the reasons and a lot of the reasons why I actually made it. Um, First off, it's a desktop app. Okay, you guys can see, it's an app. I have a balance pill up here because we go off of tokens. We all know that tokens are king when it comes to backend APIs and our providers and things like that. I got a dark and light mode. Okay, ooh, light is light and dark is dark. I like playing around in dark mode. Your account tab and then our workspaces. Okay. Um, I am actually going to start the timer and just let that run. I was told that I probably should do something like that because people are going to say, oh, but you're editing it and you're showing files after you created them and that kind of stuff. So the timer, I feel, will kind of combat any of those comments. So there's that. So let's see what can Aerys do? Well, we create a workspace and we basically let Aerys cook. We want to build a program. We want to build an app. We have a project, however big or small. Aerys will either build it for you or be teacher mode. Okay. When we're not going to put it in teacher mode today, we're going to do just Aerys is going to cook. She's going to cook. We're going to tell her what we want, and we're going to say yes to everything that it does. And that's really it. We write to files on disk. We can see it in VS Code. That's what I use as my editor. It'll run curl commands. It'll run shell commands. It'll change your Excel file. It'll change your Microsoft files. No problem. It'll edit them. It'll create them. We'll do a quick demo on how that works. Also, the database is on your computer. Okay, the database is created on your device. That's important to me because we know that ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, your data is stored on their servers, and that's it. Okay, I kind of have a problem with that. We all know how sensitive things can get. You're using personal data. You're using your personal information. It's all available to those nasty hackers who can get your data, and you don't want that. Okay, you don't want to see that. Now, Am I going to say it's going to happen? No. Okay. Could it possibly happen? Absolutely. Is it going to? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on how secure that these companies hold on to your data. So one of the big things that I wanted to do was create this, and the database is your computer. Okay. Everything is stored on your device. The only information, the only call obviously is to the API, and that's it. So I am working with Claude and with OpenAI and XAI to have zero data retention. Okay, that is something that I'm currently doing with sales. So you make a call to the API, the model calls you back, and then everything gets deleted. So that's something that is very, very important to me. Okay. Another thing is all these companies, they charge us a monthly fee. Okay. And if we're serious coders, we're going to talk about just the coding aspect of this today, where I do have other, I'll call them packs. Okay. This pack right here is code pack. We're going to code today. We're going to make a project, and I'm going to show you exactly what Aerys can do. There's general pack, which is just a general ChatGPT or Claude or Grok assistant. Okay. And then I've created some other packs for certain industries like legal, medical, stuff like that. And I'll get into all that another time, not today. So anyways, also we have our balance pill. I think I mentioned that before. We go off tokens. So you guys will be charged tokens. You guys, we all pay a monthly fee. We all know how those contextual windows work out for us. Okay. The longer they get, the slower they slow down. And then most recently, Claude just completely stops. Okay. I've noticed that just this last week with a couple of projects, and the windows get so filled up that then they just stop. You hit enter, your turn comes up, and then it comes back into your composer, and you're like, what the heck's going on here? And I'm assuming that that chat window is done. It's like completely out. So Aerys will not do that at all. Okay. It will not do that. We will charge you tokens, and that's it. You'll have a small subscription fee and charge tokens where when you're paying $100, $200, $300 for these subscriptions, and you're not using it to, maximize that your money that you are paying them per month, this Aerys gives you a choice whether or not you want to do that. You can spend $5, $20, $30, $1. It doesn't matter. However much money you want to spend, you are allowed to do so. And that's it. I feel that that's something that a lot of coders, or just people in general, are wanting. And so I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm going to give it. So that's it. That's it. Let's get a small project started. Okay. I have just fast API. There's nothing in here. Okay. It's completely empty. And we are going to create a workspace. What happened? Oh, wait. Do I need to start the back end? No. Back end is started. Here we go. All right. And then my path is Aerys projects, fast API. All right, users Kenny, Aerys projects, fast API. Make sure, yep, all good. And we're going to create. All right, so new chat in the workspace. So you have your workspace, and then you can have however many chats you want within that workspace. And That's pretty much it. So you either have a brand new chat, a brand new workspace, a brand new project. You tell Aerys what you want to create, or you point Aerys to an existing project. It will ingest all the files. And then once you open up that first chat, you just say whatever you want. Aerys, please look at my files and help me out with this project. Or you can do what we're going to do right now. Okay. And that's going to be create a new fast API project for a task management API. Fast API project for a task management API. I'm sorry, guys. This is like my first video for this, so I'm nervous. And so I will take the criticism very, I will definitely take all the criticism that you guys give me in the comments. I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So here we go. I'll set up a fast API task management API for you. Here's the plan, files to create, endpoints want me to, so it's asking me if I want Aerys to do this, and you just say yes. That's it. Hell yes, yes, whatever. And we will open up the directory and we'll see that our files get created. Models popped up. Mains popped up. Requirements. Boom. Pretty cool. And as you can see, they're showing up in VS Code. All right. Create all the imports. Created all the endpoints. Rock and roll. Boom. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to initialize Git. And make first commit. Rock and roll. Next up, want me to add git ignore for Python projects or move on to features like database persistence or auth. So we're going to do create git ignore. I spelled it wrong. That's all right. And here we are. Covers all the Python stuff, VNV, ENV, PyTest, all that good stuff. What's next? Database persistence with SQLite, or yeah, let's do the database with SQLite, please. All right, so we're going to create some more files. We're going to do database PY, DB models. We're going to modify main and requirements to add SQL Alchemy. And it basically tells you how it's work. And you just say yes. Reading main, reading requirements. So when we are actually reading, when things are created, we are actually comparing on disk files to the database. So we're not actually using tokens to use tools to read on disk. We're actually just going straight to the database. If they match, great. We're adding to the file. That's it. Running Git. Boom. Rock and roll. Is the database running? If not, looks like she's going to start it up for us. And then once Aerys starts up the app, then we'll go ahead and test it out. It's going to take a second to get the app, to get the port and everything situated. So fixed a small naming mismatch in the code. The model class was named task, but main PI was importing task database. All good now. The database will persist your task between server restarts. Want to test it with some API calls or move on? So the app is currently running. What is the URL for Swagger? All right, there we go. So it's going to paste us, Swagger, and then alternative. Want me to start the server? Yes, start the server. All right, server's running. So we will click on Swagger and boom, there we go. So what we can see is we don't have any tasks. These are example tasks. So we're going to try it out, execute. We don't have any tasks in here. So we're going to create a task and basically show you that it works. Try creating a task through Swagger, or want me to test it with curl. Create, let's see, create a task called record Aerys demo. And then we'll test it in Swagger. Aerys actually did not create the task. So we will have to tell Aerys the task was not created. Please create it. There it goes. Dang right, it won't happen again. Task is now in the database. My bad earlier. I showed the response without actually running the command. So it caught its mistake. Sometimes Aerys has mistakes. There we go. Record Aerys demo. There's the task. Pretty cool. We're going to add a priority. So we're going to add a priority field to the tasks, high, medium, or low, and we're going to default to the medium task. Yes, of course I do. So here's the plan. We're going to change 3 files. We're going to do DB models, models, and main. Okay. Yes. So let's just click in. We're already clicked into main. We'll click into, let's see, what's a smaller file? There's DB models. So you guys will be able to see it being written too right there. There you go. There it appears very quickly. Restarting the server. Restarting the server again after writing. All right, server's restarted and running. You can create tasks with high priority, update priority on existing task, omit it and defaults to medium, swagger. Okay. It shows the new field. So let's try it out again. Execute, and there is the new field. So we have here and here, the 2 tasks created. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Create a high priority task called ship Aerys. I'm going to do one more task and then we'll get into ID3. Ship Aerys, there we go. ID3. Let's create a Excel file so I can show you guys that Aerys creates Excel files. So create an Excel file for, let's see, fake sales, fake Aerys sales for the year 2025, 10 sales people, all grossing 200 million. Create an Excel file for fake Aerys sales for the year 2025. 10 salespeople, all grossing $200 million combined. Let's see what that looks like. And then we'll look in our directory for that to pop up. Boom, created it. 10 salespeople. Wow. Pretty cool. Went salesperson, made up the names, January all the way through to December. They all have different sales. Pretty interesting. Very cool. Now let's try one more thing. Sarah Chen is now married and has the last name as Sarah Chu. Please change. Please change her last name. Congratulations to Sarah. Is now Sarah Chu. So Aris can write Excel files, edit Excel files. Also, we can do, let's do, please generate a Word doc telling the world what Aris is all about. Yeah, we'll leave it. About Aris.docx. There we go. What Aris can do. Pretty cool. So that's it for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope that this is something that people will want. My goal is to get Aris out to the world. I coded Aris myself from scratch. Aris code uses Opus, okay, the most recent Opus 4.5 from Anthropic. I use all kinds of providers for the different packs. Okay, I use OpenAI, I use Grok, and I'll show, in the coming days and weeks, I'll upload more videos about the other packs and things that I've done so far. That's really it. Like I said, I'm not a creator. I know that I have to create videos in order to show Aris what Aris is and what I feel Aris can do for people and for everybody. Like I said, code has, Aris will build for you, or there's teacher mode. So I want to get Aris in front of the people that want to code and who don't want to code in terminal, who don't necessarily want to learn that language anymore. I feel it's becoming obsolete. I understand that that's the way it's been for however many years that we've been using it, but things change. And I feel that this is the way forward. So we'll see what happens, but this is my pitch deck. And if anybody's interested in a conversation with me about Aris and where we can take it, I am open to that. And this is that right there. Creating this video for you guys is one of the main reasons for that. So if you guys, if somebody's interested, please comment. If you guys could like and share the video. Like I said, I'm not a creator. I'm not trying to do this to get 1 million followers. I'm trying to do this to get 1 million people who want to purchase and use Aerys for what they want to use it for. And that's it. That's all I care about. Thank you for taking the 28 minutes to watch this video. I really, really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.